Dr. Soheli Sultana is an associate consultant of Square Hospitals Limited, এবং উনি general radiologist with special interest in breast and women imaging, এবং উনি বলছেন COVID pneumonia role of imaging in diagnosis. Dr. Soheli Sultana.
Thank you, Dr. Anis, for your kind introduction. I want to dedicate this presentation to my medical friend, Dr. Shomirul Islam Babu, who was a renowned orthopedic surgeon. He left us in this on 24 June 2020 due to COVID-19 pneumonia. He sacrificed his whole life for the well-being of humanity, but unfortunately, we cannot save him from this pandemic situation. Please pray for his departed soul so that may Allah grant him in Jannah. Many of our doctors, health workers, and other frontliners lost their lives due to COVID-19. I would like to express my deepest condolence and gratitude to all the frontliners we lost. Today, my topic is COVID-19 pneumonia, role of imaging and in diagnosis. Actually, role of imaging in diagnosis is so important. So my topic should be the role of imaging in COVID-19 pneumonia in diagnosis, treatment, and management. In my talk, I will briefly describe COVID-19 pneumonia, how imaging exams have been a main clinical diagnostic criteria for the 2019 COVID-19 pneumonia. I would like to highlight the value of imaging in its diagnosis and treatment, imaging findings of COVID-19 infection, and I would like to say short about WHO recommendation for chest imaging. You all know COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by severe acute respiratory syndrome, coronavirus 2, a strain of coronavirus. The first cases were seen in Wuhan, China in late December 2019 before spreading globally. It is officially a pandemic announced by WHO on the 11th of March. Its symptoms and signs are usually non-specific, but has some common symptoms like fever, cough, disturbed taste and smell, fatigue, sputum production, or shortness of breath. There are maybe less common symptoms like myalgia, headache, sore throat, or etc. You all know, you can see there is a beautiful virion spike protein on the surface of this coronavirus. And this virus affects its cellular entry via attachment of its virion spike protein to the angiotensin converting enzyme 2 receptor. This receptor is commonly found on alveolar cells of the lung epithelium, underlying the development of respiratory symptoms as the commonest presentation of COVID-19. So after aerolization and inhalation, viral replicate in the human body, pneumocyte destructed, initiation of repair, organization pneumonia develop, and then healing or progression develop. The definitive test for coronavirus 2 is the RT-PCR test. It is highly specific, but has lower sensitivity of about 65 to 95%. This means that the test can be negative even when the patient is infected. The test results can take more than 24 hours. Thus, false negative are a real clinical problem, and several negative tests might be required in a single case to be confident about excluding the disease. So where false negative cases, which are really clinical challenge, that is the imaging examination, play a crucial role for diagnosis. On the front lines of fighting the COVID-19 epidemic, chest imaging, particularly chest CT, now has an irreplaceable role in the early diagnosis of COVID-19, as well as monitoring the disease clinical course. COVID-19 has spastic manifestation in the lung that are readily detected on chest CT. So what are the modalities that can be used to detect COVID pneumonia? The chest X-ray, non-contrast chest CT. Contrast CT may be done when pulmonary angio needed. Ultrasonogram, MRI, and PET CT also can be done. But in my talk, I will talk only about chest X-ray and CT scan. You all know chest X-ray is typically the first-line imaging modality used for patients with suspected COVID-19, although it is less sensitive than chest CT. Use of portable radiography unit is preferable for ease of decontamination. Chest X-ray of COVID-19 are insensitive to detecting COVID-19 in the early stage. What do you expect in chest X-ray? There may be multiple patchy opacities throughout the lungs can be seen as the disease progresses beyond early stage. These opacities eventually become confluent and severe cases may appear as a whited out lung. In more advanced case, in addition to the progressive ground glass opacity and consolidation can be seen. The distribution is most often bilateral, peripheral, and lower zone predominant. Here in the X-ray, you can see there is ill-defined patchy opacities in both lungs in lower lobe. That is inflammatory change. In this chest X-ray, you can see there is patchy opacification of both lower zones, which is an inflammatory in nature. But when the disease progresses, you can see these lesions become consolidation in both lungs. Now, the main tool that play the main important tool, which plays the important for the diagnosis and treatment of the COVID-19, that is CT scan. CT examination plays an important role in the evaluation of COVID-19. According to the 5th edition of Diagnosis and Treatment Standards for Novel Coronavirus Pneumonia, published by a Chinese National Health Commission, CT examination is one of the 3 main diagnostic criteria. In Hubei province, the clinical diagnosis of COVID-19 comprises only clinical and radiological proof, irrespective of nucleic acid test result, thus highlighting the importance of CT imaging assessment. Chest CT has a high sensitivity for diagnosis of COVID-19. In a report of 51 patients with chest CT and RT-PCR assay performed within 3 days, the sensitivity of chest CT was greater than that of RT-PCR COVID-19 at initial patient presentation, that is 98% versus 71% respectively. So CT, there are a few typical findings you can expect in COVID-19 pneumonia patient. The primary findings are ground glass opacities, then crazy paving appearance, that is ground glass opacities and septal thickening together causes crazy paving appearance. There may be airspace consolidations, there may be bronchovascular thickening in the lesion, there may be traction bronchiectasis. The ground glass and or consolidative opacities are usually bilateral, peripheral, and basal in distribution. Here you can see the typical findings of the COVID-19 pneumonia, different ground glass opacities. In this picture, you can see single ground glass opacity in both lungs. And in this picture, you can see there is subpleural ground glass opacity. And in this picture, you can see there is a vascular thickening within the lesion. And in this picture, you can see there is fine reticulation, that is crazy paving appearance. And this is halo sign, and here you can see ER bronchogram. And these are the very typical findings of COVID-19 pneumonia. There may be some atypical findings also. These findings only seen in small minority of patients and should raise concern for superadded bacterial pneumonia or other diagnosis. There may be mediastinal lymphadenopathy. In my experience, in last 3 months, I got so many lymph node enlargement in COVID-19 patients. There may be pleural effusion. It occurred as a complication of the COVID-19. There may be multiple tiny pulmonary nodule, unlike many other types of viral pneumonia. There may be pneumothorax. In last 3 months, I found only 1 case of pneumothorax who came for follow-up of COVID-19 pneumonia. And there may be cavitation. This is a young patient who came with a fever, high fever, and dry cough for 9 days. Unfortunately, his RT-PCR was negative. He advised for chest X-ray, but you can see the chest X-ray is absolutely normal. But then he again advised to do CT, and you see the CT, there is typical ill-defined ground glass opacities in both lungs, mostly posteriorly in locations. So it is typical for COVID-19 pneumonia. This is now I can show you a typical case of COVID-19 pneumonia. This CT scan of our one of patient, you can see there is typical ground glass opacity, fewer rounded, fewer ill-defined, distributed in both lungs, predominantly peripheral in location and mostly in lower lobes. So this is the typical case of COVID-19 pneumonia. You can see very nicely the typical case of COVID-19 pneumonia. CT is so fine tool that you can see the temporal change of the disease process so nicely in CT. There are 4 stages on CT of the disease. The first is early or initial stage, that is 0 to 4 days, where you can find normal CT or ground glass opacity only. Up to half of the patients have normal CT scan within 2 days of symptom onset. Then there is progressive stage, and that is 5 to 8 days of symptoms. Here you can find increased ground glass opacities and crazy paving appearance. Then followed by peak stage, that is 9 to 13 days of symptoms. Here you can find consolidations, and then followed by absorption stage, that is more than 14 days. Here you can find with improvement of the disease process with fibrous stripes appear and the abnormalities resolved at 1 month and beyond. Temporal changes of diverse CT manifestation followed a specific pattern which might indicate the progression and recovery of the illness. In this picture, you can see the progression of the disease process. This picture, this is the earliest stage. Here you can see round ground glass opacities in both lungs, both in peripheral and central in location. But in progressive stage, you can see the crazy paving appearance in right lung. In this picture, you can see the halo sign in left upper lobe, and in right lung, there is crazy paving appearance. And in this picture, this is absorption stage, where you can see heterogeneous density of the lesions with appearance of the fibrous stripes, that is absorption stage. This is patient. He again came with high fever and cough, but unfortunately his RT-PCR was negative. Then he was advised to do CT in our department, and you can see his first CT, there is ill-defined ground glass opacities in both lungs, most predominantly subpleural in location. And with time, the lesions, distribution and distributivity of the lesions increased. So this is the typical COVID-19 pneumonia, though his RT-PCR was negative. This was the diagnosed case of COVID-19 pneumonia, whose RT-PCR was positive, but he did CT to see his lung condition. In first CT, you can see the typical ground glass density in both lungs. With time, 5 to 6 days later, the lesions density increase and distribution also increase with crazy paving appearance. And with absorption stage, you can see further decrease the density of the lesions with appearance of the fibrous stripes. So CT scan finally depict the progression of the disease process. Again, I can see a typical case of very nice typical case of peak stage of the COVID-19 pneumonia. You can see there is diffuse consolidation along with ground glass CT, diffusely distributed in both lungs. So this is the peak stage of the COVID-19 pneumonia. This case is also from my department. Here you can see the different stage and different change of the COVID-19 pneumonia with time. In first picture, here you can see typical ground glass densities, that is ill-defined ground glass densities in both lungs. With time, its density increase and ultimately in absorption phase, there is heterogeneous density with appearance of the fibrous stripes. Again, it is another example where you can see in first case, there is a typical ground glass density with time, distribution and density increase. And lastly, there is development of the consolidation. This patient was again diagnosed case, and in first CT, you can see typical ground glass density with time, distribution and density increases. And this is the absorption phase where again density decreased and with appearance of the fibrous stripes. This patient of about 67 years old male patient came with high fever and dry cough for 6 days, and he has so many comorbidity and diagnosed as COVID-19 pneumonia by RT-PCR positive. Then on day 6, this CT was done. You can see ill-defined ground glass opacity in both lungs, but with time, that unfortunately his marker, he was deteriorating, his all markers were increased, and then consolidation develops in both lungs. Then he was ventilated and tracheostomy was done. But though he became RT-PCR negative, but his clinical condition was not improving, rather deteriorating. Then tracheostomy was done, and CT scan, you can see the pneumomediastinum, but the density of the lesion was decreased, but we lost the patient. Now my last case. This CT scan, it is the CT scan of mine. You all know I am diagnosed as COVID since 24th June with symptoms of only fever for 1 day. I tested on 3rd day and came positive, RT-PCR positive. Though I have anosmia, distaste, and severe weakness, but I have no breathing difficulty, no single cough from the first day. But my clinician advised to do a CT on day 8 and to do again blood markers on day 8. I was really confused as I have no breathing difficulty or cough, whether I do CT or no. But at last I followed my clinician, and unfortunately you can see there is ground glass opacity in right lower lung posteriorly, and there are 2 foci in right middle lobe that is not seen in this picture. Though I have no clinical symptom of dry cough or breathing difficulties, but my lung is involved. So this is COVID pneumonia. I had little suggestion for low-dose CT. You know, low-dose chest computed tomography has the same accuracy for the diagnosis of pneumonia compared to the routine protocol. A low-dose chest CT scan can be performed with an effective dose of no more than 3.5 millisievert, which is much lower than dose received with a standard protocol, 8 to 10 millisievert. So we can do at least follow-up cases in low-dose CT. And in our center, me and my colleague did a lots of case with low-dose CT follow-up scan, and we found that at least 1/3 dose reduced than the routine cases. So it's really means a lot to reduce the radiation dose. Other modalities like ultrasonogram, PET-CT, MRI can be used for diagnosis. Last month, our 2 CT scan machine at time was out of order, but we had to do follow up some VIP patient of COVID-19 pneumonia. Then my head of department, Professor Brigadier Jahangir Alam, he advised to do MRI of a patient. So the picture is not so clear, but you can see in this picture, this T2 image, you can see T2 hyperintensity, high signal intensity in peripheral lung. So it means this is the typical COVID-19 pneumonia. We do 2 to 3 cases of MRI of COVID-19. World Health Organization published use of chest imaging in COVID-19 pneumonia, a rapid advice guide on 11 June 2020. I want to share in short this, as it shows how CT scan is important to diagnose and for the follow-up of the COVID-19 pneumonia. This rapid advice guide and recommended for the use of chest imaging in acute care of adult patients with suspected, probable, or confirmed COVID-19, including chest radiography, CT, and lung ultrasound. It is intended to be a practical guide for healthcare professionals involved in COVID-19 patients. The guidance is relevant to patients with different levels of disease severity, from asymptomatic to critically ill patients. The recommendations are: for asymptomatic contact of patients with COVID-19, they suggest not to use chest imaging for diagnosis of COVID-19. For symptomatic patient with suspected COVID-19, they suggest using chest imaging for diagnostic workup when RT-PCR test is not available, RT testing is available but results are delayed, and initial RT-PCR testing is negative but with high clinical suspicion on COVID-19. For patients with suspected or confirmed COVID-19, not currently hospitalized and with mild symptom, they suggest using chest imaging in addition to clinical and lab assessment to decide on hospital admission versus home discharge. For moderate to severe symptoms, not hospitalized, who suggest using chest imaging addition to others data, with hospitalized, who suggest using chest imaging addition to others data to decide on regular hospital admission versus ICU admission. For patients with COVID pneumonia currently hospitalized with moderate to severe symptom, they suggest chest imaging addition to others data to inform the therapeutic management. And for hospitalized patient with COVID-19, they suggest whose symptoms are resolved, they suggest not using chest imaging in addition to clinical and lab data regarding discharge. In our radiology center at Square Hospital, we have started doing HRCT chest from later part of March to till now for suspected COVID and COVID patient from 5 p.m. onward till 9 to 10 p.m. After that, cleaning of the gantry, room, and floor of the room as per cleaning protocol of the specific vendor. We are doing 10 to 15 cases per day at different style of lung involvement. Even we had to do HRCT chest, one patient with ventilator. We found many symptomatic patients where RT-PCR is negative, but positive lung findings. Our clinicians are acknowledging the values of HRCT chest for their treatment planning. So, radiology is fundamental in this pandemic process. The radiologist's main contribution is to facilitate and expedite as much as possible the exploration, help design specific circuit, and provide a fast and accurate report on the radiological findings that should indicate whether or not these are consistent with COVID-19 coronavirus infection and for total management. Thank you all. আমি বিশেষভাবে থ্যাঙ্কস জানাতে চাই BSRI কে, ডক্টর শাকিল, ডক্টর আনিস, ডক্টর বিশ্বজিৎ, ডক্টর তুষার এবং আমার ডিপার্টমেন্টের ডক্টর নাফিস, ব্রিগেডিয়ার জাহাঙ্গীর স্যার এবং আমার সব কলিগকে যারা আমার এই বিপদের সময় খুব উৎসাহ জুগিয়েছে এই প্রেজেন্টেশনটা করার জন্য, যেটা রিয়েলি আমার মেন্টাল ইমিউনিটিকে আমি মনে করি বুস্ট আপ করেছে। সবাই ভালো থাকবেন, ধন্যবাদ।